Coach Summer White here. I am the owner of Soma Fitness and Soma Nutrition. I do have a meal delivery company here in New York, and you can find out more information at www.soma-nutrition.com. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about diets. How fitting, right? Anyway, there's so many different diets out there on the market, and I will cover a few here. I'll talk about paleo, Whole30, the ketogenic diet, and a vegan diet. There's pros and cons from each diet. But I believe in bio-individuality, and what works for that person may not work for this person. So it's really important to kind of decode each one and pick what works for you. Let's talk about those diets right now. So let's start with paleo. Paleo is essentially the hunter-gatherer diet, and it includes animals and animal products. That is meat, bones, cartilage, collagen, eggs, honey. It also includes green vegetables, root vegetables, so starch, and healthy fats. So paleo, unfortunately, for some people can be very high in saturated animal fats. And I do see a lot of people following paleo that eat bacon by the ton. And saturated animal fats have been shown to increase cholesterol and LDL. As opposed to saturated plant-based fats like coconut oil that have been shown to decrease LDL, decrease total cholesterol, and increase your HDL. That's your good cholesterol. Next, we have Whole30. Whole30 is essentially a glorified paleo, but they go a couple steps further and they remove honey and baked goods. So it's a complete elimination diet of a lot of things that are considered to be allergens, like dairy and legumes and processed foods. However, they also believe that you should be very low in sugar, so the complete elimination of honey, as well as like baking soda and baking powders, even if you are using approved flours like an almond flour. Now, the ketogenic diet is where you'll get about 60 to 75% of your calories from fats. It's a low carb, moderate protein, high fiber, I would consider vegetable forward diet, and high fat, clearly. Now, with the ketogenic diet, the goal is essentially to bring you into a metabolic state where your liver is producing ketones, and your body will then start burning these ketones and your own natural body fat for fuel. So because you're starving your body of carbohydrates and essentially glucose, you will then start burning your fat and your ketones. The body is super adaptable, so the ketogenic diet definitely works for people that are interested in dramatic weight loss, as well as folks that have cholesterol issues, as well as some central nervous system issues that are aggravated from too much carb and too much sugar in the diet. And last, I'll talk to you about the vegan diet. Now, the vegan diet can be done many ways, but it's the complete elimination of all animals and animal products, and the inclusion of pretty much all things vegetable. Now, when I say animal products and byproducts, I suppose, that also means the elimination of omega-3 fatty acids from fish or krill, as well as vitamin D3 that is animal-based, which usually most vitamin Ds are from lanolin, which is like sheep's wool. So it's super important if you are completely vegan and you're doing it for ethical or I guess moral reasons, to check your food labels, because even certain sugars use animal bone to create whitening in the sugar for an aesthetically pleasing product. Anyway, so like I said, the vegan diet can be done one of many ways. One of them is the junk food diet, which is essentially high carb, high sugar, and completely plant-based. So that would definitely not serve you in the transformation challenge. There are other ways to be vegan. Some are the raw food diet, raw till 4. There's so many different vegan trend diets out there as well. But if you have gastrointestinal issues, then raw food could be a little bit abrasive to your system, And I would suggest doing more of a cooked, vegetable forward, plant-based diet if you're trying to go vegan and you have gut issues. Now, one thing that's super important, you guys are in the transformation challenge, so we're looking to lose weight. Now, the diet that you're on now will not be the diet you are on after the transformation challenge, okay? So there's something called reverse dieting. So if you're in a caloric deficit, you need to make sure you slowly bring those calories back up at the end of the transformation challenge so that you're in the maintenance level, which is your maintenance calories. Trevor earlier talked about your BMR, and there's a way to figure this out. You guys can also talk to me to help you get out of your restrictive diet.